So today's video is going to be a little different. What's going to happen is I'm going to read what a viewer wrote, CRS, and if you'd like to do the same, here's how you write him. Matthew Hoover, 83631509, which is his inmate number, at FCI Thomson, P.O Box 1002, Thomson, Illinois 61285. He's going to answer the question. He'd like me to read it to you. The most important thing you need to remember is that, yes, my last name is Hoover, but it's not Matthew. And if you guys would like to support this channel, shop at onlytechnicalfans.com to get you some badass Billy Hose and Dildos merch. So Brian writes, I miss the SIG P229. From what I could learn from YouTube, Paul Harrell, and others, manufacturers produce a 10mm cart, but downloaded it. So essentially a 40 S&W, so I chose a SIG and a 40 over the more expensive 10mm. Now let's talk about the fucking 40 cal. But first, we're going to start by addressing SIG. Now obviously I don't have access to Google. I believe the 229 was similar to the 226, but cut down. If I'm right, I love the 229 as well. As far as the 10mm goes, I have no first-hand experience, but I've seen the ballistic data, and ballistically speaking, it kicks ass. Also in the hands of a trained marksman, ballistics can become an asset, especially against a grizzly bear or some shit. Grizzlies are dangerous game. However, it suffered the same fate the 6.8 spear is gonna suffer, and that is, it's too much. The 10mm was too powerful for the average Joe Blow, average cop. Just like the 6.8 spear will be too much for the average Joe Blow recruit. Yes, in the hands of a tier 1 operator or a marksman with years of firearm experience, the ballistic advantage can be utilized. But we're talking about 1%, and do you want something that gives the 1% an advantage but disadvantage the 99%? And that, ladies and gents, is why the 10mm never really got popular and the current ammo is downloaded. And that is exactly the same fate the 6.8 spear will suffer. Now, because the 10mm is already downloaded, why not cut the casing down? And that's what you call a 40 cal. Now, the 40 cal has a very interesting story. It was almost the one-hit wonder of pistol calibers. And practically overnight, it was a caliber to have. More stopping power than a 9mm, but lighter and more capacity than a 45. And then all of a sudden, it wasn't. People were like, so let me get this straight. It doesn't have the stopping power of a 45, and it also doesn't have the capacity of a 9mm. So what the fuck is it? The transgendered of pistol calibers? It doesn't know what the fuck it is. And then the FBI did their study, and they curved everything from burner penetration to ballistic gel, and in the end, their test ballistically determined the performance between the 3 calibers. There's not a difference to make a difference. Now, I went through all of this to say, to be a 40 cal man, it had to happen outside of a narrow window that I was outside of, and that was roughly 2004 to 2009. In 2014, the mag ban was lifted. This is important because their options were you could buy a 9mm, like a Glock with a cupped mag, or you could buy a 45, like a 1911 or something to that effect. Because of the ammo limitations on mags, there's literally no advantage with going with any caliber than a 45. Until 2014. Then if you went with something extra other than a 45, you got more capacity in a similar and lighter package. A 40 cal had purpose until about 2009 when YouTube got popular and firearm knowledge started being spread at an exponential rate. And things like the FBI test became general knowledge, and not to mention the millions of private ballistic testing vids that came out. It became very apparent that a dude not picking a 9mm was like a chick not picking a double D implant. It makes absolutely no fucking sense. Now you're wondering, but hey Mr. CRS, it's a fact we know you like the 45, so why? Did you build too many model airplanes as a kid? Lived under too many power lines? Birth defect maybe? Well, if you weren't patient, I'd tell you my story, so calm down. Get some popcorn and chill the F out. For me, I missed the 40 cal window, but that's only part of the story. So when the 40 cal window opened up, I was only about 20 years old and I didn't have pistol money yet. I was broke as shit, so I was at the point of trying to determine what I wanted for a rifle, and it was 2 major factors that made this process take a long time. Number 1, like I said, I was broke as shit. Number 2, I was still convinced the AK-47 was the best rifle, and I was just buying the wrong country's rifle or something. I've had everything from a Mac 90 to a Weiser 10, and none of the rifles performed satisfactory. I was starting to believe a good running, accurate rifle was a thing of legend. The amount of fucking problems I had with those rifles, man. It wasn't until 2008 when I bought a Armor Light AR-10 when I was finally satisfied with a rifle and started looking at pistols as secondary. Understand my pistol philosophy is a lot different than most people. I don't believe using a pistol as a backup weapon. I get if the AK is your primary weapon and that is necessary to have a backup. However, I'm of the mindest of just buying a better rifle. Now that doesn't mean nothing can happen, but the probability of a catastrophic failure is low enough, where I take the same amount of safety precautions as I do when I bang strippers, aka none. I don't know about the strippers, but the guy never uses a condom. I mean, let's just be real here. But seriously though, the AK does suck big donkey nuts. So that being said, yes, if I use a pistol as a secondary weapon, it'd be the 9mm. However, pistol, mags, ammo, flashlight, and holsters come roughly to about 5 pounds, which happens to be the weight of 5 fully loaded AR mags. So would you rather carry 30 rounds of 90mm and the weapon to fire them, or 150 rounds of 5.56? For me, it's not even a choice. My philosophy is I will only put a pistol where I can fit a rifle, and plus you gotta factor in the CCW. The answer to why I shoot a 45 ACP is simple. I'm an 80s kid, to the core, and it's a fucking fashion statement. And all the action heroes wouldn't carry less than a 45, and that's actually on the smaller side of the scale. Also due to the fact that the Springfield XDS comes with 5 rounds, and in a 45, it was a no-brainer for my CCW, because what would Arnold Schwarzenegger do? So to answer your question, 40 cal or 10mm? I'd pick 40 because most 10mm are cooked anyways, and if I want to spice up the 40 cal, I'd just pop in the 357 Sig Barrel. Feel free to write and ask me anything because I honestly enjoy answering them. So yes, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to shop at Only Tactical Fans. And also there's links down below like Amazon. Even with you clicking on that link and you don't buy what's on the little box thing, I still get a kickback because you came out there for my channel. There's also like Patreon and whatever. I appreciate you guys just watching this video. And I see you people that are not subscribed that are watching. So hit that like button and subscribe button and give me a comment. I might like it. You guys have a great day. Peace. Come on. Seriously, you guys were just calm. Now I have to record another video and you want to act up. Okay, I remember these types of things, alright? I hold grudges, motherfucker. Not by the Christmas tree. Look at you two little shitheads. It's a What does that say? Low battery. Really? 10%? Fuck. 10%. Stop it. I have 10%. I can make it all the way through if you guys don't act up. Stop! No more. No more. Oh my gosh. These stupid boxes. Why do you guys have to like boxes? Are you joking me? Now there's that stupid toy. Where is Liberty with that stupid toy? Stop. Stop it. Stop it. Can we stop? It's like you have ADHD or something. You see something, you have to touch it. Ooh, it's something shiny. Of a catastrophic